I don't like telling people what to do. You know, if it doesn't affect me, go blow up a tree, steal produce from Walmart, get freaky with a lobster until they pinch it off. Of course, be a good person and stand up for human rights, but I don't love sharing direct life advice because my own life is a mess. But this idea has been sitting with me for a while, and I just feel the need to get it out of my head and into your body. I think I've discussed this before, but for the longest time, my reason for creating art was validation. I was seeking validation and hoping that would be what carried me for the next 60 years until I got hit with dementia or a baseball bat. One of my fantasies is to be murdered by my wife when we're in our late 80s. I mean, that's the kind of hate only passionate love provides. But I've decided that I've received enough validation. A few people commenting on my videos is proof enough to me that I don't suck. It satisfies that small part of my soul. And I don't need to chase more validation because that tiny part of my soul's not gonna get any bigger. Ever since middle school, I've created art for validation. And for a brief moment when I got that validation, I didn't know what to do. I no longer had a why. I'd received validation and still had depression. That's not how that's supposed to work. I have found a new why. Community. Whatever I create, whether it's a YouTube video or a live comedy show or a painting for my friends, the goal is to cultivate community. I feel community on this channel. Shout out to everyone who comments on all my videos, but I feel way more community in my personal life with my friends and family. I am a bad painter. I have no technical skill, and I have no desire to gain technical skill because it's funny to me how bad I am at this. And knowing how to entertain myself is what's kept me alive. And I love entertaining my friends. Even though I'm not a good painter, I'm still able to come up with these weird and funny ideas that my friends always get a kick out of. Last week I made a painting for my friends that was just based off an inside joke. We have a couple paintings in our living room that my housemates probably find disturbing. In March for my friend's birthday, I made her this book full of Photoshop pictures and filled with paragraphs of texts that you wouldn't understand, so I'm not going to explain it. And this morning, I had the realization that the happiest I ever am isn't when I'm creating things for a general audience. It's not while creating YouTube videos or writing poems. It's when I'm making art for the people I love. Whenever I create art for a potential audience, or as I call it, the void, there's always a part of my brain that knows that it's possible, that even with this video, it could get 100,000 views and pay my rent for a month. Like that thought or extra motivation is always there, even if I'm trying to ignore it. When I'm making a piece of art for my friend, the end goal is minimized. There's none of this external pressure. There's none of this financial pressure. I'm just doing it because I love them, and it's fun to do. Ideating what you can make for this person who's been there for so much, thinking of what's gonna make them laugh the hardest, spending hours painting or creating this book, showing it to other people and getting their reaction first, and then finally giving it to them. The whole process is bliss. Got a green thumb. I have fallen off. I've really been thinking about this because a couple days ago I did this live comedy show, and at the end of it, a couple hundred people gave me a standing ovation. And it was really sweet of them. And it meant nothing to me. But seeing my friends laugh, even if it's from a joke I didn't tell, making something for my friends, I don't know, that's the best. That makes my life better. Of course, it's not a totally selfless endeavor. I do it for them, but also because it makes me happy. It's just gift giving. Sorry to overcomplicate it. My friends and I have cultivated this environment where we just do funny things for one another. Whether it's a silly birthday gift or a harmless prank, those moments, along with the more serious moments, in sorrowful conversations, like all of that put together, has cultivated a community that has made my life worth it. I have felt more peace in these past few months than I have in a while. Because I've decided both in thought and in action that the potential fame, money, and validation that could come from my art means nothing if I don't have community. I've decided to put community first. I don't want to be celebrated on a Friday night if I have no one to turn to on a Tuesday afternoon. And I apologize if this piece has made me less funny. In my next video, I'm gonna fart on camera and scream about someone I hate. Donald Trump. I am nowhere close to finishing this. I'll show you guys what it looks like. This isn't for a friend, this is just for good footage. I'm gonna show it to my friends though, hopefully they'll like it. Or hate it. Honestly, it's hilarious when they hate my paintings too.